Hello, this is Donna Johnson-Klonsky. The journey continues. Today we're going to do part 3 of the first stage in the change process. We know that there are 9 stages in the change process. We know that everyone can learn it and follow the roadmap. Let's begin. Now, in part 1, we identified the first stage, stand up to, and that it meant acknowledgement that the change has happened, and small, involuntarily steps or actions that we must take. On part 2, we talked about our thoughts, and that in our head we were wondering why it had to happen to us. Why it had to happen. And we had such a longing to go back to before it happened. Well, today we're going to explore how we feel. My transplant. As the time passed, I felt open. I felt exposed. I felt uncovered, unguarded. You see, when we have been slapped by a change, what we believed in before, we don't know if we can believe it again, because our world just fell apart for no reason. I felt so physically fatigued, so mentally drained. I was depleted of all energy. I was psychologically worn out. When we're on that stand up to stage of the change process, just anything that needs to be done takes so much out of us. It is hard to stand. We face things. In this world, so many things happen that are devastating. There are car accidents and people who hurt others, people who die, cancer, liver disease, heart disease, suicide. All these things that we face. You may remember a time when a knock at your door or a phone call threw you smack in the middle of a devastating change. And you wondered, can I believe in anything again? Is the future something that I could see or feel? So vulnerable. And you may be so exhausted that getting out of bed and eating was all you could do. But as always, the good news is that the change process provides a roadmap for us to follow. And that is where we are going. What or how can we create movement? when we spoke about our thoughts, and today, part 3, our feelings. The movement for both has to do with honoring our thoughts and feelings as they are, not what we may want them to be or what somebody else thinks that they should be. You see, during the stand up to stage of the change process, sometimes we're on one knee and then 2 knees, and sometimes we're bent over, and sometimes we're standing, but we're not standing tall. And we don't need anything else to weigh us down. So we have to honor our thoughts and our feelings as they are in that moment. We have to tell others, this is how I feel right now. We can't cram it in and keep it in. Because if we do, it doesn't disappear. It simply eats away at us. We create movement by honoring what is. And each day, what is becomes a little bit more bearable. And our feelings and our thoughts, they shift a little more. I've enjoyed us discussing part 3 of Stand Up to the first stage in the change process. We have 8 more stages to go. However, part 4, what actions are we taking? Please bring someone else along on the journey. Someone that is experiencing a change or maybe in the near future. As always, this is Donna Johnson-Klonsky. Thrive each day, honoring what's truly important to you. We look forward to continuing this journey.